This uniquely Mexican word can have different definitions depending on who you ask.
Así se les dice, nacos.
No tienes que ser así con esa gente.
The DRAE, Diccionario de la Real Academia Española, defines it as a synonym to indigenous when referring to a person. The DEM, Diccionario Español de México, says that who is ignorant, clumsy, or lacks education, of bad taste and without class. Meanwhile, the Diccionario de Mexicanismos de la Academia Mexicana adds low income, looked down on because of their low sociocultural status. The context in which this word is used is very interesting. Mexican writer Enrique Serna argues that being or not being naco is completely relative to the person using the word. The rich call the aspirationists of the upper middle class nacos. Simultaneously, they call the middle class the same thing. Serna states, instead of provoking a wave of racial and cultural affirmation, Mexican racism spreads downward in a cascade effect, sowing discord and antagonism among the diverse masses who should be opposing their common enemy. There are many theories as to the possible origins of the word naco. The strongest one is that it comes from the word Totonaco, an indigenous group that now concentrates in the states of Puebla and Veracruz. Therefore, it is guessed that the word started to refer to indigenous people. Another theory is that it derives from Nahuatl, a language spoken in central Mexico. To describe someone vulgar or discriminated for their social or economic status, they use the word Sinacatl, which evolved into Chinaco. During the 19th century, conservatives used Chinaco to describe independence guerrilleros because of their used and dirty clothes, and eventually, Chinaco shortened to just Naco. Regardless of the language it comes from, the word has a history of referring to indigenous people and those of a lower economic status in a derogatory way. The word naco came into popularity during the 60s and 70s. Before that, the words lépero and pelado expressed a similar meaning, with the former referring to low morals, while the latter is tied to socioeconomic status. Carlos Monsiváis, writer and journalist, points to cinema to explain the move from pelado to naco. Films by Cantinflas and Pedro Infante dignified the pelado character, which caused the word to fall in disuse.
On a technical level, the word naco is used to denigrate people and make them look like they have no manners. Nowadays, it's just a way to describe actions that the person saying it doesn't consider proper. It's still a very, very powerful word. It is also used to bring down people that you think are not to your level. Older generations tend to use this word to offense. It was very, very common of the older generations, if they have money or they were of the richer class. It was used to put down other people, but now it changed its definition. The new generation, being millennials and Gen Z, take this word with a comedic connotation, even though it's still a pretty offensive word. Naco is just a Mexican word. This doesn't have a meaning in other countries. Like if you say naco, they won't understand you. But there's a lot of words that can be similar to the word naco, like the word kuma from Chile, tierruo from Venezuela, and populachero in Peru. The norms and customs that affect the meaning of the word is that being from an upper class can save you from a lot of things. Like if you say naco to another person, they're gonna be like, okay, you can say that because you have money. It's not that you wouldn't be sure about because you have money, you have class. But when people that are being described as nacos try to use the word or try to take back or reclaim it, but to not use it as a taboo word, but to use it as a pride word, because they were like, yes, I'm naco, and what? But this hasn't worked very well, since in Mexico it's still a very offensive word.
The usage of the word naco is really similar in every social group, but the perception of the word is not the same, because over time has changed the perception and the definition that the society gives to the word. For younger generations, it often became a joke or a meme or a playful insult, and sometimes it used to denigrate others. And for older people, it may see as a serious judgment about manners or education, and most adults has used it to denigrate others and mark stereotypes. Across genders, the meaning remains the same. It is used to mark taste, status, or behavior. In wealthy circles, about high-level socioeconomic levels, the word has long been used to separate themselves to the stereotypes that they call that the people that are nacos are poor or has really bad taste in every kind of stuff. Believe it or not, you might find people that are proud of that tag. People sometimes are proud to be called nacos because they see it as a marked territory about being themselves. Through this context, we can see that the word naco has the same usage through time, through gender, through age and culture, but has changed the definition that people gave to it. because for some people it's really denigrating, but for others it's just a playful insult.
So the word naco is complicated because its meaning changes completely based on who is using it. Depending on a person's own background and history, they can use naco in 3 ways: to demean and hurt people, to tell a non-harmful joke, or even to uplift a community by using it with pride. This reveals that the word is a strong marker of social class and context. My view is that the word needs several actions at once. It should be stopped when used by the upper class to insult the lower class. It should be reclaimed by the lower class and anyone affected by it. It should be normalized within communities who use it in a light-hearted way and also in a harmless way. And it should be avoided when you know it might be used to offend someone. Overall, naco definitely comes from a dark place of discrimination, racism, and prejudice. Using it as a slur right now is offensive. However, it is a word that its actual meaning and impact varies a lot, depending entirely on the community of people that is using it.
Okay, so right now we're here with Valeria. Valeria, what do you think about the word naco?
I think that for some people this word is kind of messed up because it judges people for how they look or act, but for me it isn't a very offensive word because I usually use it as a joke or sometimes to refer to something I really don't like.
Okay, so will you use that word to offend someone or just to say it because it's common in your society?
Personally, I wouldn't use this word to offend directly someone because I feel like using it really sounds cheap or corriente, like using it in a discussion. But if I do use it, it would be mostly because it is common to say it in our society, but never to offend someone, you know?
So we are here with Kathy. Kathy, what do you think about the word naco?
Hello, Cecia. I believe that it is incorrect to use this word since, at least in Mexico, this word has been linked, tied, and or used to refer to someone denotatively based on their social status. However, I must admit that I have used this word more than once.
Will you use that word in your daily chats or to express about another person or just to communicate with your society?
Not at all, not really. It's not a word that comes to my mind naturally. I don't use this word to refer to someone of limited means or from a lower status. The times I've used it are to refer to a rude or a vulgar person, since that's the meaning that I give to the word.
Okay, so we are here with Jimena. Jimena, what do you think about the word naco?
I think the word naco can be disrespectful because it's often used to judge or stereotype people.
Knowing the meaning of the word, will you use it?
No, I wouldn't use it. It's better to avoid it and choose more respectful language.
Hello, we're here with Raul. Raul, what do you think about the word naco?
I think the word naco is very offensive. It is used to offend others and down in a way that they're downgraded.
Knowing the real meaning of the word naco, will you use it?
I don't think anybody should use it because it's a very offensive word, and I don't think you don't need to use that word to express your feelings towards someone in that way.
Okay, so we are here with Davis. Davis, what do you think about the word naco?
I don't really know the word's specific meaning, but I'm quite sure that it is an insult and it is very bad used.
Knowing the context of the word, do you think it's cool to use it in our society?
I don't think it's cool to use the word because it reinforces the classism and discrimination around the society, and I don't think it should be used.